Okay, so this one was equal parts good and equal parts frustrating. So level 1 and level 2, they were good. Level 3, not so. So let's get into level 1 first of all. We got to kill Helen West by incineration. So anyone who's played Littleton Creek, you'll know that she's got a oven incinerator down in a little basement, so we just got to knock her out and chuck her in it. So nice and simple to start with. The main difficulty with this one is that if you start in this disguise, which is the nearest to the house, you've got an enforcer in here with her. So we're just going to get rid of him by just staying out of his way essentially. We're going to just cause a little distraction just so that you go, well, they both look away. We're going to use the emetic syringe on the enforcer, and that way we can just knock her out. So as you can see, little syringe, he'll go throw up in the bathroom and we can deal with Helen West after. Now, I actually mucked up a little bit here because I threw a knife. Now, I don't know why this happens, but because I threw a knife, it caused him to have a delayed reaction to the poison, and it caused her to go out and get a gardener to go and investigate it. So I can only assume that for some reason, even though a knife isn't an illegal item such as a gun, it was treated like that. So my advice, if you're doing this level 1, just throw a muffin. I've bought muffins with me, they're on the table, they're on the counters. Just grab a muffin, throw it, nice and simple way to distract them, and you can use the emetic syringe. In level 3 I will also show another method for getting rid of the muffin man or the food vendor or whatever title he's got. So yeah, pretty simple. Also, just to be clear, there is a stipulation in this contract that you cannot knock out non-target civilians. Well, it's non-target civilians, that's it. So you can knock out the guards or kill them, but you can't do it for the civilians, such as the food vendor. So that's why you have to go around it like this by using poison, etc. So as you can see, just dragging down into the basement, the oven incinerator is just over here, so drag her inside, turn it on, and that's level 1 complete. So pretty simple level 1, still fun just in the sense that you've got to work out how to get around the enforcer, but nothing too complicated, you won't be sweating buckets over it. To be fair, I did this first take, so no big surprises. If I'd have replayed it, I'd probably got a better time, just for the fact that, if anything, I've learnt different methods just playing it. So yeah, level 1's very easy, you should do it way faster than I did, which was 220 something. So yeah. Level 2, the only addition in this level is that they added a new target, which is pretty much what they do for all of them. They just add a new target in the next 2, so nothing too radical. It's not like they add extra conditions or anything. Just level 3 was a bit of a pig of a target, so we'll get onto that later on. But with level 2, it's a pretty simple escalation. All we've got to do is take out one of the gardeners. So we're just going to see the score just to be clear, because I do like showing you the score. I know you might say, why are you showing me that? But yeah, I like showing you that it's Silent Assassin, that what the time was. So if you ever watch me in videos for Hitman 2 and you think, God, can you just skip to the next level? That's why. I like you being able to see the exact stuff. So level 2. So same starting location, same loadout. In case you didn't notice, it was muffins and an emetic syringe. And I've just bought any pistol. I bought the silver ball, but you could bring anything. And again, once we do is hop over the fence. We're going to just go through this little patch here, and we're going to go over this fence here. Now you can use the gate as well, but for some reason during these first few takes I didn't think that way. So yeah, what we're going to do this time is the target's just over here. So I was tempted to use the emetic syringe on that guy, but I thought no, he's not going to see this, so yeah, just knock this gardener out. So yeah, knock him out, that's it. Good boy, 47. So if you have luck like I didn't here, you'll just be able to drag him. It took me a few seconds to get the button right. Once you do, just drag him down just to this little basement area, just down the stairs. You don't have to get him inside because I didn't bring a lockpick with me, but if you got the lockpick in your loadout, obviously just get inside and incinerate him now. So because I haven't got the lockpick, I'm going to need to knock out Alan. So essentially all we've got to do is the kill from the first level. Now, that really annoys me when you want to jump swap up something and it doesn't do it, so that happens again in level 3, it's so annoying. Anyway, as you can see, enforcer, target, and it's rinse and repeat from the first one. So blueberry muffin, we're going to throw it over there, that's going to turn them both around. We're going to use the emetic syringe on the non-target, the food vendor, so boing, there we go. And we're just going to let him go and throw up. As soon as he's gone into the bathroom, we're going to use the blueberry muffin. So it doesn't take long. She's just going to stop for a second because she'll get grossed out for some reason about a guy wanting to throw up. That is how NPCs tend to react for some reason. And as you can see, he's through the door, so let's knock him out, or knock her out should I say. And make sure you grab the key, go to the door, and same as level 1. So it's like I said, this was quite a simple escalation, at least to begin with. You know, I did both of these levels first take. I do believe I could have done them much faster if I'd have known what came in level 3, in the sense that I'd prepared a little bit better. But when you just see the targets and you can see how easy it is to get them, it's like, oh okay, you know, you don't really think about speed. So I did think a little bit more on it with level 3, but still it was a longer route. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Like I do with most of my escalation videos, after I've recorded it, I do have a look on YouTube just to see what other people have done, and Goulet's, or Glue, or whatever his name is, he's come out with a good one. I think it was Chaos Agent who I saw had done a good one as well, so the usual speedrun types on there. But yeah, it was, I think Goulet's was good in the sense that he managed to do something good with for level 3, but I'll get onto level 3 in a minute. I think I'm just excited to talk about that. But I think it's because levels 1 and 2 are so simple, there isn't much to talk about. Now, again, this is where you might say, well, why are you doing voiceover? The fact is, I do like just detailing what's going on because, you know, you might be wondering why I'm doing certain things. It's like, for instance, that first target, the gardener, the reason why I drag him down is because it's an easier drag to the incinerator. So it's small things, but, you know, watching it you might think, well, why didn't you bring a lockpick? Well, the reason I didn't do that is it saves them to grab a blueberry muffin inside. Plus I'd unlocked him. That Muffin Man challenge was just weird. Anyway, I've waffled on for 30 seconds because I'll admit I haven't had a lot to talk about here. This is, levels 1 and 2 are just so simple. I'll be amazed if you did need a walkthrough for them. So level 3, that's the bit that you've probably been waiting for, and it is the good bit. So the idea is with level 3, we've got a new target, as I alluded to, and it's the food vendor who's serving muffins to the real estate agent. So pretty much at the start of the level, you always go and bump into him, and as you'll have noticed, he's quite away from the West House. So when I saw him, I was like, eek, how do I do this? So this is how you do it. So same as level 2 to be fair, we're going to knock this dude out, we're going to drag him to the basement area, but I'm going to alter things a little bit. I'm not actually going to kill either of the first 2 targets straight away, for the simple reason I do need to waste some time. Again, I have seen better routes for this, and that's not saying this isn't serviceable. I actually think these are safer routes, but if things, you know, can be done faster, I do like applauding them. So as you can see, I've taken his disguise and I'm actually going to change back into the food vendor disguise. There's a reason for that, it's just that I've got a disguise easier to handle later. So, as you can see, I'm going to just climb through the window. I'm going to drop a gun just by the sink, and I'm also going to turn the sink on so it overflows. Then I'm going to just walk out and I'm going to take cover just over here so that the food vendor won't see me when he walks past to go and investigate the noise in the toilet. So at that point what we're going to do is we're just going to wait until he comes out of the room, because he's going to see the gun, he's going to report it. So just while I'm waiting, I'm going to grab the muffins. This is why if you didn't want to bring the muffins you didn't have to, but I just like doing it. So yep. As soon as he walks out, we're going to knock Helen out. I'm actually going to let her go a little bit further just because she goes towards the basement door. As soon as she's near, bang her with a muffin and take the key. So at this point I'm just going to pick up my gun again, and yeah, it's pretty simple at this point. I'm actually just going to drag her inside. That reason being, I don't want to kill her yet because I've still got stuff to do with the third target. So let's just get rid of the gun, or at least unequip it. And yeah, I'm going to change into the gardener disguise now. This is why I did that little disguise change, because I think well, this is the idea anyway. It was meant to be easier to get into disguise if it was there. It didn't pan out that way because the stairs blocked me a little bit, but yeah. We do need the gardener disguise just to make it easier to get the third target in the correct position. So we're going to equip a muffin, and what we're going to do is we're going to aim to throw it just to the right hand side of these bushes. If you aim too far to the centre or even the left of the bushes as I just threw it, the target will be in the wrong position, so he needs to be as far to the right as possible. Maybe not too far that way, otherwise you might get caught poisoning someone, but make sure it's as far to the right as possible so that you're concealed and so is the target's in a good position. Think of it as an invisible line. That's how I've seen it anyway. That if you go too far to the left, the food vendor will go that way as he looks like he's about to do, and he'll go to like the park area to throw up. whereas if you get just to the right, he'll throw up in the fountain over here. Now, I do wish that there'd been a way to actually knock him out faster, because he does come this way, and it's a little bit annoying at this point, because he comes this way, and as I say, he goes to throw up in the fountain, and the trouble with that is I can't really knock him out early. If I'd have tried knocking him out as soon as he walks in, then the other food vendor would have seen me, the woman, so I have to wait. And the thing is, I can't do it while he's at the fountain, because there's a food vendor inside, as we've seen before, who will see me commit the knockout. So it's quite frustrating, because I can't just go and knock him out and drag the body, so I have got to just wait for him to finish throwing up. And that's the main reason I actually didn't kill the targets, because I thought, right, that's going to kill some time. In fact, I also decided that the best way to lure him after this would be to use the ICA phone. Now, that is non-essential. You could probably do with coins or a muffin or anything that's fairly loud. You could even just try and knock him out as he's walking out, and just use some form of distraction to keep the food vendors from looking. But I thought the phone's loud, it's audible, and it's the most efficient way to get the target where I want him, which is the basement area. Now, I just wish I'd been more efficient in this area, because again, this was my first time completing it, so I didn't have some I hadn't really had a failure that was close. This was just like, oh yeah, I've got an idea, and it panned out. So the idea is, I've put the phone down there, but the trouble is that guy's in there, and he's going to see me. I don't know, this gardener in the toilet was annoying, because he kept looking like he was going to leave, and then he just carried on having a pee. So I don't know what exactly was going on with him. It was annoying to watch, but I thought, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a gun down here, and as soon as he walks out the room, he'll see the gun, and he'll go take it away and leave me to deal with the food vendor target. And it just didn't pan out that way, for the simple reason, as you're going to see, I used the phone to try and attract the attention of the target, and instead of looking at the phone, he turns around and he sees the gun, which didn't help one little bit, because instead of coming down here, he decides he's going to go all the way into the house and go to talk to the guard. Now, that wouldn't be bad, except the guard then won't sort of answer the NPC, the target, until he's sat down again. So it's an annoying situation where I was looking at them, I was expecting them both to walk this way, but instead they both go walking that way. So yeah, rule number one if you're trying to emulate my route for whatever reason, don't drop a gun, because all it'll do is cause a little mishap like that, which just isn't great. I mean, if anything, that target is only just now telling him about the gun. So I'd sort of wish I picked up the gun, but the trouble is it wouldn't have helped me, so I might as well just let him pick up the gun and walk away with it. But yeah, really frustrating, so just don't do that. So yeah, he's going to pick up the gun. As soon as the target's passing this area, we're going to use the phone to lure him, and this is where the second mistake of this route comes in, which is that I do use the phone. As you can see, it does lure him. The trouble is I hadn't placed the phone low enough down the stairs, so I was a bit wary of taking him down. So yeah, I picked the phone up, and immediately it's like, oh okay, you've picked up the phone, that's fine, and I'll just walk off. So I couldn't knock him out here without doing a loud knockout, so I thought, okay, let's try it again. I dropped the phone further down the stairs, and it did allure him again. But the trouble this time is that he was too close to the stairs. So if as you see, I'm just following him, and I just couldn't get behind him with the knockout prompt, so I thought, right, use the muffin to throw it at him. And then you get a knockout. So it does work out. I mean, if you look at Goulet's route, you don't even need to worry about this sort of stuff. In his route, he actually got this guy at the muffin stand. He actually got him by getting him suspicious, making him follow him all the way here, and then just punching him. So it is possible to do a silent assassin and have complete suspicion from all three targets, as long as you kill them and don't report it to anyone. So yeah, it's frustrating watching this back, because you can be much more speedy. I mean, 7 minutes is long compared to Goulet's 1 minute 30, and I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't use a method like that. I don't like using suspicion and then knocking out. I mean, I did it a little bit when they had the never spotted change to never compromised, but yeah, it's just a little bit icky when that happens, isn't it? So, I would like to thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed me ramblings through this route, leave the video a like. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I've got a weird percentage where only about 20% of people who view my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you're one of the 70 odd who aren't subscribed, you might want to subscribe. Anyway, thank you very much. See you in the next video. This has been Josh. Bye for now, everyone.